What's good, guys? We are back, and if you guys obviously what's good, guys? We are back, and if you guys don't know me, my name's Isaac Anochi. Disclaimer, I'm not a profitable trader, but that's my goal. And if you guys want to come to the top with me, down below is Traders Headquarters, which is my community where we just grow together. We just talk about our trades, and we're always improving. If you ain't improving, that's your fault. I'm always improving. So you guys can join me, or you can be left behind. Anyway, y'all, this is trade analysis from this week. If you guys enjoyed this, hit that like, subscribe. And let's get into the video straight up. Monday, honestly, guys, this is my second break-even week. Last week, guys, was really, I was in profit till literally Friday, I'm pretty sure. And then Friday just took all my profits away because I just really had hope for it. But obviously, Friday fucked me up. And so, I kind of just broke even around last week. This week, I also broke even just because of trades which I wanted to go my way. And I just had to, I got schooled essentially. I got schooled, but it's all right. We learn shit. What I was thinking during this time was the phase 1, phase 2. Now we're expecting phase 3 to be soon. I think this was the case, guys. I think I took a sell here somewhere. I could have been, I don't know, it says I took one here. Yeah, guys, I think I took a sell like this somewhere. Maybe I was impatient at this time. I actually have no clue what happened this Monday, so I didn't have to take this. Maybe I was just greedy and it wasn't in my time frame, so this was kind of just stupid. This one here, I think at this time, guys, I saw it and I was like, yo, I usually say in London session, price doesn't usually like to grab liquidity. So in this case, price grabbed liquidity, and I was just like, I think I was just iffy about it. So I waited for price to grab here. I think I took a sell right here. Price came down. Pretty sure I held this through, guys. I held this through. Price touched liquidity. I held this through. I think it just went just above it, and this is why I took a sell. I held it through. Price did all this, guys. Price did all this. I was like, cool. As soon as price went past the 50% retracement, this is when I kind of was like, okay, I'm waiting for the pullback. There was no pullback, so that's when I took out for a 1-on-1. I was happy with that, and I'm pretty sure I should have gone in for another sell right here because there was no pullback, 1. And 2, it's in phase 3. Let's see what happens. In this instance, guys, we should have gone in for another sell just because price didn't have a pullback. And 2, this is in phase 3, the market cycle, which is phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. This was in phase 3. You see it was clearly still in phase 2. The manipulation came back up for phase 3 to push to the downside. So that's literally what happened on Monday. Okay, your Tuesday's here. Tuesday's here. Yeah, so I think I was waiting at this time. And you can clearly see I came in for a sell here due to the fact that price grabbed liquidity from the top area, and there was also a weekly open price here. So I think this is pretty valid. You can also say that price needed to expand more on this side before it actually came back down. Price pushed down for a little bit. That's nice. I don't think it pushed so far down that I would have brought this to break even. That's why I didn't bring it to break even just yet. And so price hit my stop loss. I also brought my stop loss in, and that's why I got hit here. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave it now. I'm not gonna try entering again because usually price does something like that, they're either going to come back up or I just missed an opportunity, and that was the case. So when New York came right after this trade, probably like an hour or two, New York grabbed liquidity, which was a good entry for me to enter in for another sell. So we see what price does. Price came for another sell. It was kind of finesse, but the reason why price could have pushed up here, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I don't know why price really pushed up. I guess it wanted to grab more liquidity like right here, and that could have been the reason why I took a sell. And let's see what happens. So from that sell, we can clearly see price rejecting this area, pushing to the downside. We're holding this through, guys. We're holding all of this through. Pretty sure we still held this, guys. We still held it. We only got out once price started acting funny. So this was later into the day, and when price really went above these areas here, I decided that I didn't want to lose my profit. Like you can see yesterday, I was a bit scarred from yesterday because yesterday went all the way up, hit my stop loss if I would have actually kept it there. So I wanted to keep my profits, and that's why I actually just took out a 1 to 2.49. In this case, price is in a range, and this was at the 50% retracement around. So when price was actually just storming through, breaking through, I had my stop loss already at a 1 to 2.49. So price came back up, tagged me out, and it is what it is. It's really history from there. You can say I could have held it, but I don't want to actually just lose too much of my profits like what happened yesterday, which if I would have held it, I would have actually got all my profits back, but I just didn't want to take the risk. So yeah, that's really what happened Tuesday. What to improve from this is really just to be more patient in these areas, because if price is too close to daily open, I probably just won't take the sells no more just because of how it's looking, especially if it's in a range like this. Price is in a range. I should have expected prices to come up a bit higher just to grab these later liquidity liquidities. I'll probably just wait for later on in New York, because it looks like New York is doing more of the trick now. You can see here, New York, you know, there's kind of a trend right now. Anyway, that's really all for Tuesday that I can think of. What could we have done better on Wednesday? How could we have gotten more profit? So you can clearly see here once again, the phase 1, phase 2, and we're hoping for a phase 3 to the downside. You can also clearly see price grab liquidity. And I think in this time, price kind of just left me. So it was already here at my time of trading. So I was like, okay, so I'm either going to try to get the 50% retracement, which I may have tried to do. Yeah, but price didn't actually do a 50% retracement. So I was like, okay, cool. So in this case, price was here. And I was like, cool, I guess I didn't take in just yet. I waited a bit more. And I guess price grabbed liquidity once again. And for some reason, for this trade, I thought price was going to push down just because it didn't offer me the 50% retracement. So once it offered me the liquidity grab instead of the 50% retracement, I just thought price was going to go down. So in this case, I think it did. Yeah, so in this case, price came down. You know, it continued to go down, and this is where I put my stop loss at break even. From this, I think New York was here, and that was the reason why I just wanted to keep a bit of my profits, because we go to the 50% retracement. You can see that just below the 50% retracement, price came down and probably tagged me out, and that's why I got out for like a 1 to 0.5. But we'll just see what happens with price. I think with this guy's price came back up later on once it hit the weekly open price, and with this I was just like, you know what, price looks like it could be pushing to the upside, so I just wanted to take a bit. You can clearly see from the 50% retracement, you know, I kind of just disrespected it, kept on going higher. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take out. So as soon as I took out, guess what happens? Price starts drilling. So that was the annoying part about this, guys. And lesson that I've learned from this specifically, guys, is to really just to be patient. Be patient, it's number 1. And 2, keep your stop loss at break even, because you want the whole profit. From this, guys, I ended up with a 1 to 0.5 instead of a 1 to 4 or 1 to 5. So that was annoying, but you know, that's what happened that day. So yeah, we're moving on to Thursday, see what happens, see what price does. So you can clearly see right here, once again, there is a phase 1, phase 2, we're wanting a phase 3. So in this situation, it was actually very tricky to get this trade, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, price, it was coming close to my time, 750. Here it is. This is where I took my sell. I took it a bit late because I was thinking price was gonna fake out or something like that. So I waited a bit longer, so I entered in a bit later. You know, price started to just range in this area. This was still within my 10 pip stop loss. Right, my 10 pip stop loss would have been somewhere here. So it was just ranging in there, and I was like, you know what? I remember from last time, ranges don't really end well. So I took out for break even, right? And just from how price was looking, and when you look at the charts long enough, sometimes it fools you. So in this case, when price was coming up to the 50% retracement of the range, I was like, okay, I need to take a sell because price can break out. So when this happened, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a sell. As soon as price rejected, I took out instantly with a little loss, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that again because price really just didn't want to listen to me, number 1, and it was still in a range. I need to wait for price to either break out of the range, which I was looking for a liquidity grab, or just to break through and just to see what to do next. So in this situation, price started ranging a bit more. You can clearly see price grabbed the liquidity up here, but it wasn't in New York yet, so keep that in mind. As soon as price grabbed the liquidity here, I was waiting for a sell. I was just waiting for a sell in New York. So when New York happened, price grabbed the liquidity. It looks like price was literally just losing strength to the upside. So I was like, perfect sell, and really just history like that. Price just continued to go down. Right here was news. Price just went through all of this, and I was like, perfect, beautiful. I'm pretty sure I held through this. During this time right now, guys, I did definitely hold through this 50% retracement coming back, and price continued to push down, but then it came back up for a bigger retracement, and I was like, yo, I don't like that rejection. You'll quickly see soon what happened right here. I already had my stop loss here, so I just secured a 1 to 2. If I was to hold out my position once again, I would have received a 1 to 4. I also did expect price to go even lower, which later on it actually did. Yeah, I ended up with a 1 to 2 here just because of my mentality. So to learn from this, really just to sacrifice more for more potential. Because in this case, I knew price was going to push down. It just didn't plan out exactly how I wanted it to. So from this trade, to make it even better, probably just to risk more to get more. If I was just to put my stop loss at a 1 to 1, you would have seen what would happen right here, which it wouldn't have been touched. Never wouldn't have been touched. Price would have came down, and I would have gotten the full 1 to 4, and I would have been in profit. These are 2-3 times that I've limited my profit. This one I quickly learned the next day, but then it happened once again later on in the day, and I just didn't want to really lose all my profits, and that's why I did what I did. But in this case, price continued to push down, so it wasn't really the best option. It wasn't the best thing. I could have probably re-entered for a sell here. Who knows, guys? But yeah, we could have done better this time. Anyway, let's move on to Friday. Fridays are really difficult to trade for me for some reason, even though backtesting I'm good at them. You know, I need to kind of adjust it a bit more. more. Price played me out, faked me out a lot of times, especially during London. I kind of fell for it, and that's why I gave back a little bit of my profits, but this time I didn't give back too much that I'm in a huge loss. I was just a little bit above break even, but it's still break even for the week. So really just what to learn from Friday. You can clearly see here, phase 1, phase 2 right here, and we're expecting a phase 3 to push to the downside. Once again, we were too close to the open price, but this was still a valid area to take a sell at. The one mistake that I made during this whole thing is that I woke up exactly at 6 o'clock, and that's when I trade on the dot. The reason why is because obviously if I was up before 6 like I usually am, I would see this move, I would see price rejecting here, and I would just see this whole move coming to fruition, and I was like, okay, perfect. And you can clearly see I would have been in a better position. I would have probably had my position something like that, and I would have only risked 4.1 pips instead of 10 pips. So in the end, look what price did. Price came through. I would have lost 4.1 pips right here. Maybe I would have taken a sell here if I was just a bit greedy, something like that. And we can see what the results would have been. Let me just see what the results would have been if I would have just taken another sell right here. In this situation, guys, price offered me already a liquidity grab from this area and from this area, you know, so I was already good, especially in my time frame. Although I thought that this next liquidity grab was going to be the same as the one I had the other day. The liquidity grab that it presented me with the other day was the only liquidity grab that I had at the start of the day. Usually I'm always getting a liquidity grab really early on, which is like perfectly setting it up, and that's why you have this huge down push easily. Obviously it retraced and went higher. In this case I would have lost less, and you know, it would have been more understandable. But for this, later on the liquidity came, and it also still offered me a 50% retracement. So it offered me 3 entries, and that's why I was a bit sus about this one. But just from how it was pushing, I'm pretty sure I hopped in. So for it, price pushed something like this, and for this, I'm pretty sure I brought it to break even just because of how it was looking like. Look at this. Oh wait, no. So in this case, guys, sorry, I forgot. In this case, guys, I actually brought my thing right here because I was late to this right here because of my psychology. Me missing out on this trade, I try to get back in with FOMO, and that's why I took a sell here, got out later, and it was just a bad trade. This is why I was hesitant to take another sell up here, because I already got in here, but I got violated because I would have been in here anyway. So it was just going on in my brain that if I was just here on time, I would have actually not missed out on this trade. So this one I kind of missed out. Price drilled down. Now I just had FOMO because I wanted to not miss the move. So price came up with a 50% retracement, took a sell in, price continued down, and I was like, cool, this is doing good. Price was having problems, especially when New York started coming. So I was like, okay, you know what? Since price is coming back up again, because I don't think it needs to come this far up, I'm just gonna put my shit out, break even, I'm gonna take out. So when price did this, I took out because it wasn't worth it, wasn't needed. Price is just not really drilling down how I wanted it to. And if I was still in this trade, I should have been up here. So anyway, price decided to push up a bit more, and I was like, perfect, liquidity grab. This is the perfect sell right here. Let me get this easy sell. I don't know why I got in a bit late, if that was the case. Yeah, I did. I got in a little bit late here, guys, just because I wanted to see if price was going to fake me out. In this case, price didn't fake me out and it continued pushing down. If I was to wait a little bit longer, guys, because I understood that there was liquidity right here, I just had a lot of FOMO. So at this point, guys, you know, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to hold this because price grab liquidity, especially in New York, and New York grabbing liquidity usually plays out really well. Me knowing that there was one liquidity, that there was another liquidity grab right above it. So what I should have done in this situation is I should have actually put my stop loss above here, probably 15 pips. Let's see how 15 pips go. It is still pretty close to it, but at least this would have been better. And let's see what price does. So price here, price would have grabbed something like this, would have still been in the trade. Let's see what happens. And the rest is history. So what I've learned from this, guys, if I literally thought more about other liquidity areas and I actually just had a bigger stop loss in this area, I would have made all my money back from the losses today and probably the other days as well. And I would have been up a lot today because I would have held this all the way down. I'm telling you guys, if I was in this trade, I would have held this all the way down, literally to right now. And then I would have put my stop loss right here, waited for price if it was going to come back up. And when price started acting dead like this is where I would have taken out, boom, for a 1 to 5. And this 1 to 5 would have cleared this. It would have been a profitable week as well. It would have just cleared a whole lot of things. And yeah, it would have been good. But you know, overall, I just was, you can say I was greedy. My mindset wasn't there because I understand why everything went wrong. Because it all started from me being late to my first trade. Increased my FOMO, my fear of missing out. And that's why I was late to all the others, or I was just in a hurry. And that's why I wasn't mentally there all the time. This was really hard to trade on Friday just because I wasn't there mentally. And this is what I need to improve on. My mental state, I'm not suicidal or anything like that, but my mental state. Bigger stop losses in certain situations like this because there was another liquidity grab right next to it. So I would have just had a bigger stop loss. I would have actually been in this. So, you know, new things to learn. And that's really all I can tell you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you guys do, you guys want to grow with me, learn more with me, especially next week coming on, because I'm going to be taking the market on hard. You know, I'm going to be trying to get some money out of this. Down below, Traders Headquarters. And if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like, subscribe. And I'll catch you all for tomorrow, which is our trading psychology or just a live video. Peace.
Just got that CC. I just put her in CC. It's us. I just put her in Chanel. My haters, I wish you well. Bear don't kiss and tell. My ops are broke as hell. It's us. It's us.
Left hand on brick and my right hand stunner.